Hi everyone, thank you for joining this session with me. My name is Novelle and I'm a pre-sales consultant in Technosoft. This session is about how data and analytics can help automotive dealership to transform and how data can help you to adapt to new challenges in post-COVID-19. We will first look at the current state of automotive industry post-COVID-19, why data is important, what are the different types of reports that can be generated, and what reporting tools do we have in Dynamics 365 to build those reports. And we will also show you a live demo of these reporting tools. The current global pandemic have caused numerous challenges to many businesses around the world. So what is the current state of automotive industry based on studies and research done by many companies? Consulting firms like Accenture have found out that COVID-19 is disrupting the global automotive value chain, and there are a few highlights of challenges faced by the industry. Firstly, in the manufacturing industry, many OEMs and part suppliers are not able to return to full production capacity, and some manufacturing in the Europe or US have also shut down their manufacturing and shifted their operation to produce medical equipment. This will result in delay in production and also delivery, which will impact the automotive markets at multiple levels, from new car model launch being postponed, shattered supply chain, and also drop in vehicle sales demand. So why is data so important? Data is already important even before global pandemic happens. Companies are paying a lot of money to build a data-driven organization. Let's take COVID-19 as an example scenario. Studies have shown that for businesses to sustain, including automotive industry, dealerships have to change the way they operate a business now and future. In order to know how you should change the operation and how to recover from the effect of this global pandemic, we need data. Many businesses are exploring various options by studying the impact based on sales and production dependency. They also study forecasts of various post-COVID-19 scenarios so that after the crisis, they can implement a protocol into daily operation for them to switch from normal to disruption response if needed. In the post-crisis phase, there's also changes in customer behavior because everybody is required to stay at home and work from home. So this means less mobility and more online shopping, and businesses have to be able to operate online in order to cater for these changes. In dealerships, many dealers will need to think of a way to reduce inventories, so prices are likely to come under significant pressure. There will be a need to study the discount policies in order to balance the volume and market share, profitability, and also the brand image. And to be able to analyze all these, you need to be able to evaluate the risks and create a full transparency of your organization by using reporting tools like intelligent system and connected ecosystem for effective decision making. The analyzed data not only can help your dealership to spot opportunity for improvement in sales pipeline and services, but also allow you to strengthen your operation in preparation for potential risks and also to adjust to the new normal of post-COVID-19. So let's see who and what are the category type of reports that can be generated. The report intended users in automotive retail are divided based on whether are you viewing the data from OEM point of view or dealer point of view. Regardless of which role you are in the dealership, you can create reports based on inherited security roles, and all data can be created in a way that suits the role perspective, whether it is an operation monitoring kind of report or transaction listing kind of report, or report that shows the summary of organization analysis report and KPI reports, and those frequently used reports can also be mapped to a dashboard. Technosoft solution is built on top of Microsoft Dynamics 365 as a base platform. This not only allow dealer to be able to enjoy the latest technology, but at the same time, the most important aspect is to allow dealership to retrieve or extract any data in any forms or layout with unlimited condition as long as the data is in the system. There are 5 main tools for data reporting and visualization that dealer can use to generate daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly report. And how do we decide which tool to use? It will be depending on the type of report, the contents of report, the layout of the report, and also the difficulty of the report. Let's look at the first tool, Dynamics View Listing. This is a built-in tool in Dynamics 365 that allow user to self-define the fields and condition of the data through a powerful builder called Advanced Find. It allows complex queries of any fields in any records, and the queries generated can be saved as personal view, or it can also be shared across different team or organization. This is Technosoft Yana Dealer Management System, where on the left here we have the navigation menu. The navigation menu will contain lists of entities that will be displayed based on security roles. Entity is like a module or screen where operation user will key in their daily transactions. In each of the entity that we click, in our example here, this is a service book order entity, we will always come to what we call the first page as a view listing. View listing shows the list of columns and records, and these records can be filtered and sorted. All the fields here can be rearranged, and we can create many different types of view listing based on different condition and different column display. To create this view listing, we use a tool called Advanced Find, which is located on the top right. In here, you can select which entity is your data from. In our case, it's going to be from a service work order. Once you select it, you can add what columns you want to see. If I click on add columns here, you can just select the fields that you want to be able to display in the view. It can also be a field that is in another entity. For example, if I want to see work order information and also customer contact details, we can join both work order entity together with customer master entity. We can then rearrange the columns, and we can define unlimited conditions to the data. For example, in this scenario here, I want to filter this transaction date to only show the data for the last 3 months. And this is the result of the data. You can put in complex condition, complex queries inside here. And once you are done, you can give it a name. Last 3 months view, and save it. Once you save, you can see it will appear in my view here. This basically means this is a view that only can be viewed by myself, and I can choose to share this view with another user or a team. If this is your frequently viewed data, we could pin this here so that it will always appear as the first page. And here, you can also export it out into Excel based on what columns and what condition you have defined in the data. This report tool is good to display transactional listing type of report if you want to see detailed transactions. The next report tool is Dynamic Chart and Dashboard. This tool allows you to visualize data in a bar or chart layout, and this is an interactive chart where you can filter and drill down the chart into the underlying data. Each individual chart created can then be mapped into a dashboard. So this is the view listing that we have created earlier. Instead of showing the data column by column and in a transactional listing format, we could transform this data into visualization easily by clicking on the show chart here. In this show chart, you can create unlimited charts based on the data that you have defined in the view listing. To create a new chart, we just click on this new, and we can select what is the horizontal x-axis and the y-axis. In this scenario, for example, if your role is at a regional role like OEM or dealer group, you want to be able to view a total summary of, for example, all the work orders in all your branches or dealers. So our x-axis will be the dealer locations or branch location, and the y-axis will be our work order. Immediately you can see the data is grouped accordingly into visualization, and you can choose which layout you want to see, whether it's a bar or column or pie or funnel and so on. Or you can also see like a monthly data, so you can see based on transactional month or year or quarter, and you can see the chart also transform according to what we have selected. Once we are happy with this chart, we can give it a name and save. After we have saved, you can see the chart will appear under my chart here, which means this chart only I can view it, but I can also choose to share this chart with other people. You can create many charts from many different entities, and once you're happy with the chart, you can map it into a dashboard like this. So this is a dashboard where the chart comes from many different entities. As a regional operation manager of maybe the OEM level or dealer group level, you want to see a summary of how your branches or dealer is doing in both sales and service and parts area. So you can map all these charts into a single or multiple dashboard by clicking on this new button here. And then from here, you can choose the template layout of the dashboard. Based on the dashboard here, this is a lead analysis dashboard. I can quickly see these are all my prospects who are interested in which model. These are all my prospects from different provinces. And these are all my prospects based on the different age group. I can also drill down the chart. For example, this lead age range 25 to 34 years old is the highest. I want to see this group of people, what models are they interested in. So I click and select the product. And then select how I want to be able to display this chart. So this is the breakdown of all the models that this age group people are interested in. And then I can drill down another level again. This Suzuki Swift seems to be the highest number. I want to know these 4 people, which province are they located at. So I select the field province, and this time I want to view it in a pie chart format. As you can see, it breaks down even further. I can also see the transaction detail by clicking on the view records here. And you can see the data already automatically filtered for me. If I click on the chart, for example, I click on the Bangkok ones, it will also filter the list on the right. So you can see this chart is very simple to create, but yet it's very powerful and interactive, giving you all the information that you need in just a few clicks. We also have another tool for Excel templates, which allow you to build even more flexible report and visualization using a familiar tool that many of us are using on a daily basis, Microsoft Excel. The dynamic charts and dashboard that I showed you earlier have fixed visualization layout and filtering, which means you can use the data as it is to create a chart. However, if you need to do some complex calculation or do a pivot table or create different visualization layout, another option you can use is this Excel template. I will go to the lead entity, and this is a sales funnel view listing that I have created. In this view listing here, there's Excel templates where you can choose to download this as a template and then modify the content and then re-upload it again. What is going to happen is that when you re-upload it, the next time you open it, it will retrieve the data and display according to what you have modified. For example, I have this chart here that I have already created in Excel based on some of the calculation here, and this calculation is actually taking from a data extracted directly from the view listing. So I'm going to upload this as an Excel template and we will see what happened next. So I will go to Excel template and I'm going to upload the template that I have already created. Once uploaded, your template is now shown here. I can click to view the template via Excel online. It will automatically refresh this listing with the latest data, and with this listing refresh, all the pivots table that I have already calculated to give a value for this sales funnel will also be refreshed. In this sales funnel here, it basically shows this is the list of my salesperson, and based on the different lead source, what is the result? How many leads it has been collected, and what is the total sales amount based on the lead that you have in each of the different source. At the bottom here, this is the bounce rate, where basically it calculates the loss rate based on each of the sales stage. Based on this data, I did some complex calculation here and finally come up with the dashboard like this. So if there's any value change in your data source, or if there's any additional data, all I need to do is go to Excel template and open it in Excel online, and the data inside here will be refreshed accordingly. So far, all the three tools that I've shown you, these are all built-in tools in Dynamics 365 and ready for use by either the user or system administrator who have the privilege. Most importantly, you realize that no coding or technical knowledge is required. Everybody have their different ways of reading a data, and with these tools, everybody can create visualization that best help them to perform in their daily work. The next two reporting tools that I'm going to show you is far more complex, and it is used to create advanced report which will require technical expertise. First is Dynamic SSRS report. SSRS stands for SQL Server Reporting Services, that allow you to create custom report based on multiple tables at the same time, or calculate data in a complex way and also visualize data through a chart. You can use different colors, different fonts, different table format, and so on. For example, report that we are using this tool to create, such as printable quotations or invoices, or some reports that have a combination of tables and charts layout. So this is like a static report, because once you created it, only your IT or system administrator who have technical expertise can make a change to it. So this is an example of SSRS report where you have tables and chart in one single report. Lastly, we have Power BI Analytics tool that provides you with business intelligence capabilities. Just like the SSIS report, Power BI allows you to filter, compute, and visualize data in a complex way. While data in SSIS report is static, the one in Power BI is very dynamic. Basically means we need technical expertise to create the data warehouse by combining data from different multiple sources. And then we can adjust the fields and filters or layout to see the result. Here is an example of Power BI report where you can filter and drill down the data to the transaction level. You can create example of executive dashboard using visualization charts such as pie chart, map, graph, and so on. Another example that you can create is like a forecast kind of dashboard and also digital marketing dashboard to see how you're doing in your digital marketing strategy. In each of these chart, we can click on, for example, one of these data here, and everything else will change accordingly based on this data. In summary, data creates single source of truth and are shared across organizations to find impactful solutions. With the right tools, insights can come from anyone, anywhere, and anytime. When that happens, this means the organization has developed a data culture, paving the way for innovation and agility within an organization. Especially during this global pandemic season, many dealerships are finding ways to extract the data from their system for a full transparency. With TechnoSoft, we provide next generation solution that give dealership the right tools with the right capability and right technology for digital transformation so that you can give your customer the best in class customer experience even during a global pandemic time. I will end my demo now and move to Q&A. Thank you very much for your time to join me in this session today.